Hey, pilots! Welcome to an exciting episode of Skirmish Action! That is this week's Skirmish. It is so much fun, I had to make a video about it. I'm your host, Gotchere. Been playing this game for about 4 years now. Got this little YouTube channel I got going here, so if you're seeing it on my YouTube channel and you haven't yet, please subscribe, like the episode if you like it, and share it with a friend. I'm going to take a look at this week's Skirmish's hangar first here. They got some really crazy ones. This is a Nitro Scavenger. It's a Turbo Inquisitor. It's a Speedy Spectre. It's a Supersonic Raven. And it's a Charged Mercury. And you'll see how these things go as we go along here. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Woodish. So, what they've done here is they've taken builds that are bots that we know and weapons that we know. They've changed the characteristics of them. First off, they've removed all stealth in the game. So none of these bots that might normally have stealth, like when the Spectre jumps, he normally goes into stealth mode. He doesn't. But, so he's going to be able to get tagged when he goes up. So remember that. Also, you'll also notice that he's got a phase shift on him, so you can use that instead. And since this is Skirmish, everything's free, so you're not going to have to worry about burning through your power cells to use your phase shift, so take advantage of it. Secondly, and remember, when you're in phase shift, you can't fire, so if you jump in phase shift, you're not going to be able to do any shooting. And finally, look how fast the ability recharges. There, I jumped, I land, I can just about jump as soon as I'm on the ground again. So, he definitely has a lot different characteristics. Now, the weaponry, what they've done is they've pretty much put the same bots on both sides, but the weaponry might vary. So on this one, I've got these ones that are kind of like a medium-sized dragoon, but on other games you might end up with a Spectre that has Tulumbas, or you might end up with a Spectre that has Scourges. So there's one that with a Scourge facing me. So the weaponry will vary from from skirmish to skirmish battle. So make sure you play a whole bunch of them. The bots will be the same, but what's on them will be different. And that is one of the things that you're definitely going to want to be mindful of right away as soon as you enter a battle, is pay attention to who you're fighting against and what you've got. Use the ranges to your advantage. Definitely. If you know you're facing someone with Tulumbas, they got a 500-meter range. If you're in your Spectre with a build like this, you've got 600-meter range. So you got that 100 meters you can play with where you can tag them and they can't tag you. So those are little things that you're going to want to be mindful of when you play this game. Also, it's going to be more of a quick match kind of a battle mode. You're not all going to be team death matches. There was an easy victory. I stayed in that one bot the entire time. We got, and that's another thing too, when you go into skirmishes, you're going to look at that. There's a silver, there's a gold, there's another silver, there's a diamond. There I am, it's an expert. So that's another thing to be mindful of. Definitely is that, look, there's anywhere from bronze all the way up to masters in every battle. So great pilots on both sides. If you see your name, thanks for the game, but I'm not done. Let's go to the next one here. Enjoy the next song with End Status. This is their song, Theta. And it looks like we're going to be dropping into Shenzhen. Now see here's the Speedy Spectre, but he's got Scourges on him instead of the of that other weapon, whatever it's called. Again, it's like a medium-sized dragoon. I liked it, but this has obviously got a little bit different damage output. So, and also, but the same mechanics. I've got basically I can jump almost as soon as I land, which is fun. I just tapped the first bot that came to mind. Who cares? This is so much fun, though. You know, this is reminding me of old school walking war robots. If you've been playing this game for a while, you know what I'm talking about. Old school hardly had any shields, hardly had any stealth. There was only one stealth bot out there, and that was the Stalker. And then as far as shields were concerned, you had Carnage, and that was it. That was it, because, I mean, I'm talking about old school, before Fujin and everything else, before Raijin. And you had Rhino, which had the shield that can go up or down, but that was it. And so you had a stealth guy, you had one guy with the Aegis shield, Aegis shield, what did they call those things? They weren't called Aegis shields, I can't even think of it right now. But they had the shield, and then they had the physical shield, Ansel shield. So there you go. So when those were the only bots to choose from, there wasn't a lot of abilities. So what you had to do is you had to fight more tactical. You had to use cover a lot more often. You had to really plan your attacks. You had to watch out for rages. You had to corner shoot. All the things that really made this great game so great that you just don't see as much being used in the battle anymore, unfortunately. So this is kind of like old school on steroids, though, because we definitely are having some really, tricky, gimmickry, fancy firepower, the lockdown weapons and some, phase shifts and things like that. So it's kind of a mixture of old school and new technology all kind of rolled into one here. That, by the way, I've been kind of muddling along here. This is the Mercury, and he's just about done. He does have the pounce jump there, or maybe that was an Inquisitor. Yeah, I'm sorry for getting my box mixed up. This is a Griffin. It's a scavenger Griffin. And but now, unlike the Raven, he can't jump mid-air, even though his jump regenerates. Remember, the Griffin can't jump again till he touches down. So he can't multi-jump in air, even if he was in the mid-air, even if his thing regenerated. You won't have the opportunity to jump again until you touch down. So remember that. So unlike the Raven, who can double jump mid-air, the Griffin cannot. So be aware of that. So this Raven has Tulumbas on him, 500 meters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of watch my range against the guys that I'm fighting against and make sure I stay outside of their range, but inside of my range. And make sure that I'm taking advantage of splash weapons, which obviously the Tulumbas have. There is some kind of a lockdown thing. I really haven't had a lot of experience with it, so I don't know how that thing works. I don't know if it's called the death mark or something like that. This is obviously another team death match as well. By the way, you're going to find out that it's not all team death matches, although these two coincidentally were. They also have beacon rush and domination modes that you'll get. So it's more like kind of a quick match. It just depends on what you get. But it's still a lot of fun. And my gosh, make sure you get out there and have some fun with this, because you're gonna get 5 great bots. Each one's a little bit different. It's the same bots, but with a little bit different weaponry loadout on each battle. So it's a lot of fun. You can jump as much as you want. You can also try out some of these fancier gimmicks that, like this death mark thing that I don't even know how it works. I'm just pushing the button and seeing what it does and see if I can figure out what it does. Because sometimes you push the button, it's making some kind of a graphic, but you don't even know what it's doing. Yeah, I got hung up here on the roof. I should be able to jump a little bit better with my Raven. I do have a few hours of experience on the Raven, but that's okay. I'm kind of gonna get. I'll tell you what. I'm kind of getting flustered a little bit with some of the extra stuff, and I don't play team deathmatch too much. I'm usually looking for a beacon, and since I'm not right now, I'm looking for just damage, and that's just not the way I normally play a game. So we got it down to just this guy, and there's another guy somewhere. Oh, I see, he's over there. So I'm gonna see if I can tap this guy out. I'm gonna just go ahead and risk my life to get in front of him. And that's another thing too, because I don't normally play team deathmatch. Normally, if your team is close to their team, you kind of really want to tuck it tight to the belt. I probably wasn't wise to go running up to him when we were down. I mean, not down, but we were very close back and forth on both sides on kills, and putting my life at risk probably wasn't best suited for the team, but we got the win, and that's what's all important, and that was a whole lot of fun. Great pilots on both sides. If you see your name here, thanks for the game. And we're going to have one more battle. Hopefully we get some kind of a beacon-based battle, so we'll see what happens. Oh, here we go. And join my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, War. And this will be my last episode. Hopefully I have a few more uses of different bots. So this is the Raven. You see how he's got even different weapons on him than on the last one. These are like the mediums, or these are actually marquees, and I think those are pulsars on him. And he already got taken out. So this is the Spectre, the Speedy Spectre, so he can jump almost all the time. He's got those medium-sized Dragoons on him, so 600 meters, 4 of them shooting all at once. I don't know how that guy got out of my way, but he did. I hit the little face shit, killed him. Now I'm going to try to take this guy out, and I got wasted. There's no stealth on him. And so that's another thing, too. If you're used to using a Spectre, and you're used to having that stealth with you as you do your jump, you're not going to have it. Now, this is the Mercury. He's got an Exodus, and it looks like, I think those are shredders, which means they freeze the person you're shooting at. And his ability does work. He doesn't go stealth, but he does have his little ground and pound. I don't use a Mercury that much, so I'm not used to the range on the ground and pound, and I'm not used to this death marks thing, so I probably won't do a lot of damage to people this way, but I'm just having fun. See, I tried to get this guy in. Yeah, see, hey, look at that. I got a guy with a ground pound. This is the Griffin. Again, he's got, now let's see, he's got storms. And I don't know what those side mounted ones are. Those might also be, I think those are storms. Oh, those are, yeah. So we got gusts and storms on him. So they're not locked down. And yeah, he was toast already. Oh, wow. So here's my Inquisitor. So that looks like an Exodus on the top. And the side ones are, Terran. So that's a really good match. Now remember though, there's only 350 meters on that. And he doesn't have stealth, but he has probably constant jumping. And it looks like he has the health mode, so you can basically, the healing module. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the healing module, get out to that one, heal back up, go over here and get this one blue, and we're playing domination. At least I know how to play this one. You know, it's about keeping them blue. Now I'm going to go ahead and start becoming a little more mindful. Again, no stealth. And everything else. I do have the health regenerating, but I'm down to my last bot. What do you do when you're down to your last bot? You know, you're cool about it. You kind of hold back and do what you can. Looks like we're getting ready to mech them out. They're down to 2 guys. We got 5 beacons, so you know this one is done. But I don't want to mech out, so I'm gonna just sit here and bide my time. Maybe jump on in for a triple kill here and see if we can march them down to the end. And there you go. They're all done. So there you go. Nice green banner there. Nice victory. So that was a whole lot of fun. You know, you're gonna have a lot of damage in these because they're all maxed out, and you're gonna be in with all levels of pilots. So you know, don't always count on having the best team, but hey, you know, I've seen some golds and some silvers do pretty good in these battles, so they're fun to get in their hands on stuff that they never even get to see. And it's kind of stuff that we don't get to see if you're in a higher league either, because it's built kind of funny. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, and if you see your name, thanks for the game. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and checking out the video. Thanks for watching it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a chance to get out there, play some skirmish, and have a lot of fun playing some old school on steroids. If you haven't found yet, please subscribe to my channel. Like the video if you did. Share it with a friend, and there you go. Hope to see you in the battlefield, guys. Peace out.